All right, okay. Let's test this one, two, three. Okay, guys. So, first off, let me start off by saying, hey guys, welcome to another live stream of Let's Try Saturday. I guess that might be a new name of this. I'm not sure. But I do know that the name of this game by I had it too. Purple Brick Games is called Still Joking, and it looks interesting. It looks really. Oh, like you guys heard the intro, and it was did it. I'm sorry, but like it does sound really interesting. It does sound very intriguing, very um, it's going to lead to something, and I'm definitely down to literally trying anything new. Um, the game's supposed to be released next month, and I'm trying out the demo today. And it's been in my library, so I'm being like, okay, I definitely want to try it out, and I definitely want to see what this game is all about. So let's just get into it, huh? It does sound. It does sound. It looks. I like the artwork. I'm not gonna lie. And she sees the person in the reflection, obviously. Why'd you leave that there? Like the comb. Did you guys see that? Another question. Like, just to clarify, my name is Iris, and I am a reflection. I mean, I used to be a reflection of a famous actress. When a person dies, the link between them and their reflection snaps right away, or in a matter of minutes. What was once living is now dead. The human reflection steps aside, and what's left is an inanimate object reflection. Well, that is, it'll be right there whenever someone looks in the mirror on the other side. And me, I'm supposed to be just fine and cope with the fact that my whole world has just shattered and simply forget her. But then I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. After Serena's murder, I wasn't left alone for that long. Someone returned to the scene of the crime. Or the crime scene, yeah. Not the killer, no. His reflection did. Stranger, please forgive me. How are you? Did it hurt a lot? You should probably wipe the blood off. Here, take this. Want some water, or is there a medical kit here somewhere? Did you always kill someone first and then start fretting about it? No. I mean, I don't know. It's the first time my prototype does something like this. Maybe he has before, but I've never had to reflect it. Again, I am sorry. I'm just. Do you want anything at all? Oh yes, I want to know why he'd go and kill Serena. See, so I guess to her, Serena's a completely different entity, which is kind of weird. Again, sorry, I got no idea. I've always thought that they got their own lives on the other side of the mirror, which we cannot affect in any way. So it's best to just distance yourself. But how can I ever distance myself from when, you know? Never mind, forget it. How do you feel? My mind's thinking about the people who have mirrors above their beds. And if those people in the mirror reflect, like in the mirror world, it's kind of like, this is dumb. Maybe you'll feel better if you try killing me too. Oh, as in kill you back? Wouldn't you go right back to life? Yeah, wouldn't you go right back to life as soon as your prototype looks in the mirror again? I will, yes. So it was a fair deal then. You offer basically says, hurt me if that kind of thing helps you stress less. It's weird. So, like, technically they don't exist outside the reflection, but they do exist outside the reflection. But them dying doesn't matter? Under some other circumstances, could have been amusing, alas. I meant that it might make you feel at least a little better. It won't. That's too basic. I still trying to understand wrap my head around this like concept of being basic. Like, oh, being simple, like not even dumb, but being basic, like oh, ordinary and everything. Like everybody is their own stuff and all that. Like Porsche uses that terminology around me, and I'm like, I don't understand what that means to be basic. Well, like, does that mean it's ordinary? Does it mean like, oh, that's something that you don't like personally, or like you're like, oh, that person is basic. Like, oh, but everybody's unique, so how's that person basic? Or do you mean that person's generic? I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old for this kind of stuff. I wanted to figure out why Serena was killed. Does it have to do with her fame? Does her prototype work in the industry? Is he involved with Argus in any way? Tell me about him. To be honest, I don't see him that often. I hardly know much about him. Neither his name or his line of work. This world almost doesn't make sense. So this guy doesn't know who he is. Because he's that reflection. So if he doesn't know who the killer is, he can't know who he himself is. And that's weird. To me, that's weird. I'm gonna do something real quick, guys. Hopefully you do not mind it at all. Right here. There we go. Just a little bit. I haven't seen the murder weapon before. I don't know anything about the inscriptions on it. Sorry. Who are you and what good are you? My goodness. I'll probably see my prototype on Saturday again, but why Saturday? Won't help you much, I guess, but he's a regular at the barber shop on Maiden Lane. Goes twice a week, Tuesday and Saturdays. For what? I'm guessing a haircut. Well, for a trim. Sensational. It's Wednesday today. I would never imagine that hair and beard trim is necessary as you prepare to kill somebody. Listen, you shouldn't stay here. You are no longer a reflection, and that puts you in danger. No, and that doesn't make any sense now. Like it's almost an interesting like premise, but like if she disappears and someone looks at the dead body and the reflection of the dead body, that's the vampire thing. All the dead reflections must arrive at the community distribution center. All that. So she's aware of what's going on. We're not. You die, and the next thing you know, you already owe them something. What a brave new world. If you stay here, they'll send a squad after you. Squad can go right to hell. You know, the protocol involves stun guns and stretchers. And a right to decide for me, right? Of course. On stamped paper, too. Want to go together? I know my way around there pretty well, and I know a few folks too. No, you're my killer, not my date. I'm not going to walk around holding hands, trust me. I don't want to leave her. Should I at least wait until they find the body? Okay then. Community is, quite a reasonable agency. And what I mean is, they'll help you out at the center. Can they tell me anything about your prototype? No, I mean, they'll help you build your life from now on. Your new life of your own. So the reflection can live a life outside of the actual person. Like it's weird, and it almost doesn't like 18-wheelers can drive quad. Like right now, like if someone comes into that dead body and sees, oh, the reflections are not matching, that's definitely something out of this world kind of thing. That's something like, oh, maybe someone should look into that. Seriously? So first I get to reflect her 24/7 to be happy when she's happy, sad when she's sad, and then they turn around and tell me it's finally time to be myself. Simply delightful. And what is myself, I dare wonder? Well, you two are not exactly the same, right? In that I am still alive? Yeah, you're right. She wouldn't have had said this. Dark humor wasn't really her thing. You seem like you've lost a friend. If I can ever call someone who didn't know I exist a friend, and I am sorry you feel this way. Should I maybe look around? I know this place like the back of my hand, so I hardly spot anything new or... Let me look at the murder weapon here. He left the weapon on the crime scene. Must be an expression of something. Maybe self-expression, actually. I'm an evil maniac. And I do ritual killings of women that are way out of my league. The hieroglyphics on the blade reveal nothing to me whatsoever. From the poster, I'm guessing that the person that was killed was like Broadway or something. Argus, can I believe that the premiere was just 2 days ago? The critics loved it, and so did everyone else. Our best film ever. Like for real. Like for real. It's sure going to become a blockbuster now. And that's true. I want to see inside. Would it matter what's inside the purse? Because it's not exactly... Like, we're learning that it is a reflection, but not exactly. Like, what we're seeing is not exactly what's on the other side. The exact copy. And this bag were inseparable. Apart from the wallet and makeup bag, perfume and tissues, it also holds the first aid kit, a couple of notebooks, pre-printed scripts copies scribbled all over. 4 books on preparing for the role, and there are skinny inner pockets that never let you find what they need right away. I'll speak now. Still can't believe it is her over there like that. It's like there's a doll slumped in the chair where Serena is out for a minute. And that's the only reason I'm not pulled to her reflection. I'm supposed to come to terms with the fact that my prototype is dead. And it's what they call it, a prototype. That's such a weird way, like a weird wording for it. Like the idea that the moral is this is the real world, and the reflection of like the dead person, that is an experiment in a way. And with the fact that I've got my new and free, damn it, life ahead. I don't want to, though. I simply refuse to think about it. This guy then, first he kills me like quite a pro, and he just stands here being useless like a pro. There's always a chance that he has a name and more than one layer to his personality. We must have met before, but I can't remember a single thing about him. In this door. After death, prototypes end up in heaven, and we, the reflection, proceed to the distribution center. Okay. So prototypes have an afterlife and reflections have life after? To be honest, I never really bothered to learn more. Wasn't planning on dying for a few more years, you know? And it's just me, my killer's reflection. It is just me, my killer's reflection, and time ticking away as fast as hell. They'll find the body soon. I'm sure I won't have time to ask all the questions that I have, if any at all. Alright, so like hopefully that's the game more or less telling me that like I am limited to what I can and cannot ask. So I don't think he knows if we met before. So maybe the best question to ask is who is he? At least who he thinks he is. Who are you anyways? My name is Roy. My usual routine is traveling to dangerous places, submitting myself to experiments, or sacrificing myself. What? Yeah. All right, and I'm thinking once again, I'm limited to what I can and cannot ask. Like if I ask something, I can't really ask anything else. What do you mean by sacrificing yourself? Seems to be the bigger question there. What do you mean by sacrificing yourself? It's a work thing. As you know, I come back to life every time my prototype looks in the mirror. Does that mean that you die regularly? Or does that mean that every time that someone dies in front of him... No, that doesn't make any sense either! Because that would mean that only people who die in front of a mirror get the reflection go afterlife. But there's a distribution center, which insinuates that there are a series of people who die in front of mirrors, and that doesn't make any sense. It's a work thing. As you know, I come back to life every time my prototype looks in the mirror. That's usually Tuesdays and Saturdays, which also would mean that, like, oh, if you're not looking in the reflection, that other you in the reflection, in the mirror, is dead unless you look back into the mirror. So as long as he's alive, you can die several times a week? Yeah, but it's not that bad most of the time. Delightful. And you are... And are you, Serena? I am Iris. It was Serena's dream to play a novelist called Iris one day. Does it mean that you used to care so much about what she dreamt of? Or maybe I just like the name. Have we met before? It doesn't matter because he's literally dead on a regular basis. Which doesn't make any sense because Iris, who's from Serena that we just learned, doesn't have that same lifestyle. She lives life differently than that. And why have you come back? So then, because the killer's not in front of a mirror right now. He's alive. At least live, like, doing stuff. This Roy guy. So why have you come back? Looks like your prototype has moved on quickly, washed the blood of his hands, and went on to enjoy his precious little life. Why have you come back? How could I do otherwise? You could just leave and keep away from here. Like, forget it all for good. I couldn't. I mean, I guess I could if I was almighty, you know, but I'm not. Ever heard of compassion? It's too vague of a definition. And it has nothing to do with you, I get it. Good call, good call. Suze. You can see it in like very. You can't see my mouse in this, but like you can see the reflection be like right next to the mirror, the real Serena. Like there is another girl there. I'm confused. My dear Lord, Serena. Maybe I need to like suspension of disbelief kind of thing, but like it's so hard right now. Oh shoot, I should really. Sorry to grab you like that. Didn't mean to scare you. She has to repeat. She has to repeat after her prototype. And she was on her way to crash into you. Dangerous stuff. Yeah, since her prototype looked into the mirror on her side, everything here had to become exactly the same. Well, almost. The chair would have been visually right through me. And not just the chair. Well done. You killed me once and you saved me once, too. Talk about evening the score. Doesn't sound that even to me. But seriously, thank you. You did the right thing, and I'm just froze like a fool. Who is she, by the way? Susan's my makeup artist. Well, Serena's makeup artist. She came to do me up for the stage and instead ended up with a new reflection on her hands that couldn't care less about makeup. Practically speaking, a dead body is just an object, and so it is reflection. Uh, this is hurting my head. Maybe I'm not smart enough or posh enough for this. This seems kind of beyond me. She used to be alive, same as me. My sweet little girl. How is this even possible? We were going off to O'Donnell's later, remember? I said it wrong, I know. O'Donnell's? It's a pub, yeah. Dear me, in front of the mirror of all places. How awful. Was it quick at least? You know what? Don't answer that. I'm sorry. Just can't get my head around it. Suze. I know. I talk too much, don't I? Oh, darling. Well, at least you'll remain beautiful for the rest of your life. Nothing like an old hag I'll turn into by the time I die in 30 years or so. And when I do die, everyone's going to assume you're not my friend, but my granddaughter. Suze. It's hard. It's handy there's no mobile reception here. She runs out to call the police. We got very little time since I'm about to start reflecting again. Time is indeed an issue, madam. Was that a madam? Who are you, anyways? His name is Roy, and he killed me. I want to know what happened today. What do you mean, happened? So he's the one that killed you. This scumbag? Yeah, that's me. Yes, but why? Suze, please, do me a favor. Memorize everything that'll happen here. I'll try to get in touch with you very soon. Oh, Iris, why are you always like this? You're always up to something. Take now. You're sitting here all bloody and your hair's a mess, hanging away with this killer. I think it means hanging around with this killer. And instead of just asking him, you're asking me for favors. I mean, of course, I'll take notes of everything, but honestly, girl, we'll go to O'Donnell's. That's not. Yeah, O'Donnell. O'Donnell's. And I'll treat you to the largest Irish French coffee on the menu, I promise. I hope I won't have to wait for too long. Ma, what do we do now? Oi, you can't stay here. People will rush in any minute. It's gonna be a complete. It'll get even worse than it is now. And you, why don't you make yourself useful? Get her out of here. What's the point of looking at the body now? Got any manners at all? Huh? Anyways, this chat's best be over. Time's running out and you got a lot to do, and so do I. But before you go, come over here for a second. I'll just touch up the contour. Here you go, much better. Okay then, come here and give your good old friend a final hug and off you go. New life ahead. You take care, my sweet darling. I'll do my best. Don't forget about the large Irish coffee, Suze. How could I? It's such it's odd, it's weird, and I don't have any other words for it. The rest, buddy. Seriously, last time relax. I'll pick you up later. That might be what's making you sick. Your eyes are watery. How come? Why? But buddy, your temperature was still higher than it probably needs to, and there's nothing wrong with getting some rest. What else would you be doing if not for that? Then you probably get an hour of playing with me. What makes you think you won't get an hour of playing with me later? It'll happen, I promise. But for right now, try to get some rest, alright? And even if you want your chips, yeah, go ahead, grab them. But seriously, get some rest. Feel better. Hopefully your room is actually clean. Alright? Get some rest and we'll talk about it, alright? He's trying to convince me that he's not sick, and I'm trying to do my best to kind of be like, you being sick is not a choice that you get to make. And sometimes it happens, and there's no problem, trying to feel better. So, like, trying to convince him that, like, is going to be a-okay and that he's going to be fine. It's kind of a hard thing to do. Good luck, should I maybe come with you after all? I'll be fine. Alright, in that case, I hope I make a better impression the next time we meet. Shouldn't be too hard. And yeah, if your prototype ever breaks his neck, do let me know, somehow. Maybe send a dove of champagne or something. Absolutely will do. Where does he go? Welcome. Please keep moving and don't hold up. Lecture Hall 15, 16, and 17. Go on. Don't stand around. Proceed that way. Lecture Hall 15, 16, and 17. Are you dead? Are all these people dead? Or just like reflections that are not being currently reflected? Last minute change of heart, anyone? Ah. Looks bad. He seems to have no clue about what's going on. Please proceed. Nothing to see here. Hey, you, with the gun. Maybe there's a little guide or a manual on immediate help for cases like this? Would be mighty useful. Go on, this way, please. Man with the gun. Proceed this way. Don't linger. That seemed like a really fierce battle he just went through. That way, everyone. Lecture 15, 16, and 17. She's really tall. Hey, who are you? What happened to you? And they don't even think to ask the bloodiest man with a gun what happened. Glorious. I've seen you somewhere before. Nope, you haven't. Cue in standard excuse. You must be confusing me with someone else. What lecture hall again? 15, 16, 17. Hold on, I definitely know you. Aren't you that? Thanks. I'll get going. Reflect and forget. That's what it says there. The screen is not like backwards there. It's how I'm seeing it too. I just have to read it backwards. So everything in this world is reversed. Is that the case? Everything in this world was reversed? Okay, and it just reverses. Okay. So there are 3 seats in the front row only, but then again, I really don't feel like going back to the hallway. And why should the only one covered in blood? Like no one else gets murdered. Let me start with the warmest greetings on behalf of the community. You will no longer be pulled to mirrors. Your prototypes are dead. Yeah, all these people are their prototypes. All of these people. And most of them are young people, which is really interesting. And I say young, like, they have full colored hair. Very few of them have gray hair or graying hairs or balding even. You will no longer be pulled into mirrors. You're free to do as you please. Guy in blue. Yeah. Oh, this guy. One in the middle. She does not seem to care. Not all the reflections got lucky with their prototype, sure, but the mere idea of congratulating us on their death. Some fundamental basics. Now you all need to eat and sleep regularly, and shower too. Your prototypes could bring you back to life with a single glance in the mirror, but that is no longer the case, so I won't risk it. So I wouldn't risk it. Should anything bad happen to you, the consequences are irreversible. I'm trying to understand how this world works. So it's saying that these images, these reflections, they can die by just like not just by not being in front of the mirror, but by doing something wrong, and they got brought back to life by the prototypes, by the real life version of themselves. But this seems to be the only real time that they've known that this world exists here. At least Iris. This is crucial, so I'll say it again. Do take care of yourself. You'll thank your own selves later. Now, a few organizational aspects. We at the Community Distribution Center, we are at the Community Distribution Center. This is where all the newbies end up, no exceptions. Once this intro lecture is over, please head over to staff. They'll provide you with forms to fill in, and that'll help assign you to all your curators. In the next 2 months, you'll be gradually settling into this new world. Then you'll get a job and move on to your own life. For now, you're in the community's care. It's about time they handed over brandy cups and bagels with "Welcome to the Community" printed all over. Badges. Badges is what I meant to read down. Red bagels. And get us a sign for these. And then demand them back in mint condition in 2 months. I don't like your your sass. Something else. Just a reminder for those who may have forgotten the basics. Away from the mirrors, everything is flexible. The community was formed by the reflection who managed to harness these processes. Soon enough, you two will learn to link different places, create items, and alter reality. If you have any questions, fire away. If you don't, address any of the staff in the hallway for further instructions. Thank you for your attention. What is this mini lecture? Micro lecture, even. Each sentence invited at least one big question and then a bunch of follow-ups. This sucks. Seems like a good time for a promo. Something like, buy your hard liquor from the community and get another session with the cute therapist as a gift. Although, apparently though, I'll just be riding off into the sunset looking for trouble. Or should I skip trouble? Just ask one of the staff to find me a curator. Curator, there we go. And speed everything up somewhat. How do you stay instead? And figure out how the community's cold and heartless the remark. I know what that word is. I just cannot pronounce it. Bureaucracy. I know I said it wrong. Operates and maybe even learn something useful here. Sounds boring, but it could be worth it. Stay for the. Come up with something else. Wait, the girl in red. Hold on. Running away now is probably not going to cut it, right? Yes? I knew it was you. A round of applause, everyone. This is the reflection of the none other than Serena Elsie? Should have ran away after all. There's no point in pretending I don't know what's going on. Well, I'll find my way out. For now, I smile and wave will do. This guy seems... Tell us please. You're meeting with Daddy J, aren't you? Who? The right the right strategy would be to confirm and leave, but who does he mean? Should I know this Daddy J? And what a pain. Maybe play along a little bit. Totally, let's give him a cheap sensation. Oh gosh, I can't really I really shouldn't say. Can you promise to keep it strictly between us? Me and Dr. J, we fell all out, like, for good. Oh, no way. Who had you chosen instead then? For those who don't know, Daddy J is a collector. I mean, a curator for celebrities. Collector is lucky that me and him fell out. He, he just, I'll just say we weren't a match on a personal level. You be doing a press conference, right? When exactly? I'm sure there are fans of yours in the audience and they'll love to see more details. Addressing the audience. What do you say? This guy in blue. I swear to goodness. Girl in a suit. Oh, the black girl here. Okay. Maybe. I'm not seeing any other girl in a suit. I could be obviously just missing it, being very oblivious, but I'm not seeing any other one. Totally girl in pink. Next to the girl in the suit. Is he oblivious to the fact that they are not my fans, but Serena's? And what about them? Private life questions ahead. It's really best to get out of here as soon as possible. I got an idea. I got a quick question, may I? Of course, I'll be happy to help. Does everyone see the banner on the wall? Yeah. Yes. Yep, and it does say reflect and forget, right? Oh, yeah. Sure, for real. It says just that. How the hell does it matter whose reflection I am? Well, damn, that's how you shut everybody up. Well, this is a general recommendation, so to speak. What trying to say, I'm trying to say it, don't take it literally, you know? There's not much he can say. While everyone should reflect and forget, he still cares about me being Serena's reflection. Oops, it's a contradiction right there. There are exceptions, of course, and we all are completely different, which is why. This is what I meant to say. It's a different matter, really. It's called, and it calls for individual approach. Therefore, the community will act on it accordingly. I'm sorry, but I really need a dash. Thanks for the deep insight, though. I won't hold you up. How fortunate that you spared a few minutes for us. More applause, everyone. Come on. I thought it was going to be weak. Gramercy? Gramercy, I guess. Oh, it was nothing. You were excellent at finding your bearings there. What do you mean? Yes, you know very well what I mean. To reflect and forget is indeed a concept not viable enough. You didn't find the lecture that fascinating either, I assume. Instead of the lecture, you could have just given us a couple of brief notes. Wouldn't have made a difference. Sadly, I must admit that you're right. What's sad about that? Such are circumstances that my prototype died many years ago. No distribution center, no curators, no intro lectures. There was nothing. I've been meaning to have a look myself for a while, and I finally found some time. You know, I agree with the rational side. It's much easier, safer, and easier today than before. But the spark, the enthusiasm, it's gone. I don't know what this guy's talking about. You really got me hooked now, but how about we sneak away from here? Hall 14 should be free right now. I'm trying to understand like where this world is trying to... It's trying to design a world, but it's not good. And that's harsh. That's really harsh. I'm not... I want to get through the demo. I plan to get through the demo. But trying to swallow as much exposition. Uh, it's really hard. Do you know the hall's schedule? Yes, and many other useless things too. I am endlessly old. Do you mean you lived a long life? First with a prototype and then without him? You can say I am an old man emeritus. Let me think. I've been around for almost 240 years. Mind you, after my prototype's death, all I had was a couple of rooms. Whereas now, if the edge of the rooms could not be reflected, what you will see is simply a clean, stabilized corner. Nothing like back in the day. Did they have Grimmy destabilized corners? Not quite. More like blank, unstabilized nothingness. So-called void. So the guy's like the creator of all of them. Just imagine, in dawn of time, the prototype is dead, and all you are left with is a living room and half a bedroom. The rest around you is this white haze that you cannot enter because the immediate effect is that you shatter into pieces. And as you understand, there's no way of contacting others' reflections outside your own environment. It was, as they say nowadays, the best quest of my life. This is just a thought. Maintaining the same tone of speech will make him draw certain conclusions about me. No idea what these might be, though. That I'm funny or serious and I'm easily distracted. The best quest of his life involved being caged in four walls, unable to go anywhere or contact anyone, so who knows what tickles his fancy. Now I'm fearing I'm going to the territory like Fallout 4, where like, oh, you pick a selection and it's not what you thought it was. To be serious is like, okay, well, seriously, I don't take what you're saying like truthfully. I think it's just a bunch of bullshit. Or chat is like, oh, just let him keep talking. Maybe be serious. I'm a serious individual. This is kind of what I would do. So be serious. For many years, quests of this kind turned into a ultimate final adventure. Am I right? How'd you get out though? I tried my hardest. I was certainly lucky. By the time of death, there were already quite a few of us like-minded folks. It didn't take us long to discover that we could create objects simply by expending our energy. And then someone came up with the very first door. It was extraordinary. He's creating stuff out of nothing, out of thought, out of will, which is an interesting concept. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Scruffy white wood with peeling paint, nothing spectacular at first glance. And yet it took us that sweet little French cafe. It's called Chez Galine, and boy, the waitress is there. I beg your pardon, I got somewhat carried away. So we start by taking each other to all these places which our prototype had been to before. And then the Providence had mercy on us. The prototypes invented car mirrors. This is where it got seriously This is where it got seriously jolly. Went from one adventure to another, learning to link shattered space together, looking for new ones. Boy, did we search with vigor. So every mirror, every reflection, they use that knowledge or that ability to create what they're in now. Speaking of the void, do you know that it's not exactly a void as such? You think, why not label it hazard and never venture into it? Well, no. There are mavericks out there risking their lives to go in. There are scientists doing research and conducting experiments there. There are heroes living in the territories snatched away from the void. Astounding, isn't it? It's a shame that lectures don't really cover all these things. There is a part of me that kind of want to feel like the conversation needs to be over. It's a shame indeed, but I should probably talk to the staff now. Thanks for the chit chat. Oh, you're right. I must have overwhelmed you. Best of luck. Please proceed. Don't stand around. Lectures 6, 7, and 8. I'll have to chat to the staff. Miss Elise. Wow, it's none other than Serena. Hey, Serena. You sure it's Serena, not her double? Serena, an autograph, please. Bloody hell. Sorry, everyone. I'm in a real hurry. You cannot. You must treat others with respect. Just because you managed to avoid sticking to your direct responsibility before doesn't mean that you can still. I must. Delightful. Serena, don't leave. We just got to know each other. Did we? Really? We want autographs. And I want to murder somebody. Boy's prototype, preferably, but I can see the pool of candidates growing. Murder, murder, murder. What would Serena do? Listen, I want to share something with you. Yes, please. Now we're talking. Yeah, we're listening. Calm down, Iris. Search your memory for the monologue from the Whitening thriller. That long one they cut during post-production. You think that being a famous actress is fun? You look great. You earn millions, and you know everyone who flashes their face on all those screens. And you know everyone who flashes. See, and you know everyone who flashes their face on all those screens across the world. Dream job, right? But there is this one thing, one small detail that you realize too late. Your characters. They gnaw at your identity, eating away pieces of your actual piece. Eating away piece of you after piece. Okay, slowly, you won't even notice. First, you adjust your hair like one of your protagonists, then you flirt with a man like another. Then you catch yourself adding whiskey to your coffee like yet another one. You want to discover that you are still you, but they know, the character inside you, that it is no longer true. All that's left is of you is bits and pieces, broken parts that cannot grow together with something whole. You turn into a shattered mirror, into Frankenstein's monster, into a beast. Oh, she's bleeding. And to each new day, you see it more and more clearly. All the others are doomed too. They are all playing their parts. A good friend, a fearless macho, calculating professor, or an eccentric fan. Any character deepest and worst secrets is that they leave you strictly with what is not acceptable for them. You cannot let the fan inside your soul. They must admire you. Sweep the merchandise with your face on it off the shelves and line up for autographs. It must be one homogeneous human mass. Something halfway between Guppy Fish and Twitter likes. Of course, I'll sign for you all. By the way, are you sure it's even your own self wanting the autograph? Well, shit, why not? They'll leave me alone for a while now. Praise the healing power of art. It was so odd reading the monologue by myself, not just repeating after her. There was a split second where it felt like we were one and the same, me and her. But then she's dead. Put yourself together, Iris. Let's go. Oh my. So Serene Elsie is off the grid now. Dear me. Stay chill, Iris. They call me. Can I just have the points, please? It was drugs, wasn't it? Do you not see the blood stain on my shirt? All those stars go off the hook sooner or later. You can wear that mask of cool all you want, but at some point, justice gets served. Oh, yes. Ever seen a forensic pathologist open a corpse chest? Why are you... Want me to show you? Serene rehearsed it a lot for her role, so I can repeat the entire thing with my eyes closed. The decision will be impeccable. Even though you probably won't be able to see it. Cynthia, sign her up for our group, for my group. Have you even heard what she just... I have. Just sign her. But the form, we'll fill it in together. Alright, as you please. Take her away. So I'm going to stop behaving irrationally now and follow you because I'm the only one of all the curators who knows how you feel. My product prototype was a model. The runways, the makeup, then more runways, then photo shots, and yes, even more runways. Enormous stress and an even greater willpower. I never wanted to be anyone else. When she died, I felt like my oxygen was cut off. My name is Dora, by the way. And Iris, I am Iris, and I sometimes bully everyone around me. Isn't it a problem, you reckon? In my first week after her death, I smashed an antique vase on the head of one friendly man who just wouldn't leave me alone. This will pass. Ah, nice to meet you. Iris, I will be your curator for the next 2 months. Today you will be joining a group of other newbies in a expedition away from here. A group? I work with reflections that used to spend a lot of time in front of the mirror. There are currently 4 of you, including yourself. I'll be going back to the expedition in a bit. For now, let's fill in your form. Hold on. If we're going somewhere, I'd like to be able to go back sometime. To your friends? Sure thing. I'll teach you how to create doors and you can go anywhere you want through those. Okay, let's do the forms then. Name, sex, got it. Age, 26. Marital status. Why would 3 husbands and 5 children make a difference? I'm single. And with 3, see, once again, like, if I picked the other one, I expected her to, I expected to give out fast. And with 3 husbands and 5 children, I make a difference in this case. No, but you would have been different. You would have been different to start with. By the way, if you decide to marry, don't forget to notify the community. What for? To do with marital status and property rights. The wedding and such as are up to you. Okay, now, prototype occupation, actress. Cause of prototype's death. She was killed. Her cause of death is murder. So only she can see that other her. It's weird. Should be easy to say out loud, shouldn't it? Iris. In the very best of Shakespearean tradition, she was cold-heartedly stabbed by a ghost in her own dressing room, right in front of the mirror. My sincere condolences, but it's good that your sense of humor is still there. Many reflections come apart in similar situations. I have to warn you, actually, you're likely to lapse into nightmares at some point. You mean dreams about death? Not just those. Random memories related to the prototype may resurface. It gets better with time, though. I'm currently under the so-called mirror death curse, which, in other words, is simply your adjustment period. Delightful. Try not to be too hung up on emotional struggle. I'm sorry, I just had a sense of what it's like to die? That seems weird to say. For a moment, and literally for a moment, I'm like, if you die and there is nothing. Serena's dead. This is Iris, completely different entity. So, if she has nightmares or whatever, it'll be Serena's past life, like what she went through her own experiences and everything else. But when we die, and in an almost scary sense, there is nothing. I think that. I mean, the best I can hope for is being a ghost that haunts, but even then, there's the idea of like, oh, eternal peace and quiet, maybe. That's even if you want that. But I'm thinking too much and too hard on this, and I was really hoping for a solid more case. Try not to be too hung up on the emotional struggle. All right, Iris. What about bad habits? Smoking, drinking, drugs. I had to smoke during filming some herbal rollouts, but never fell into the habit. I say I'm neutral to positive regarding alcohol. Oh, I don't do drugs. I see. Overall health, splendid, exceptional, even. No panting, no prototype, and even stab wound has closed up by now. Wow. Prototype's fatal wounds are not passed on to the reflection. If there are no problems, we're moving on to the next question. Do you have any particular talents or skills? Be serious. My impulse skills are not bad. My memory is good, and I'm in great shape. I have a superb personality. My patience is a little let down, though. Are there many questions left? No, that's it. We're done. How about I tell you more about the expedition then, and then you can ask any question you might have. We are a small group of scientists and practitioners engaged in discovering and stabilizing new territories in the void. In order for the reflection to have space to inhabit and procure resources from. You'll see. Can you say it again, but in simpler terms? In a nutshell, we board buses, explore the void, occasionally transport things from the community. You have the opportunity to get new impressions, figure out what you might want to do in the future, and catch a break from the rubbernecks. Thank you. And yeah, that final part is particularly inspiring. The A should have been moved further. How did you exactly? Can you tell me about the void? You want to tell me about your part? Oh, all right. So we'll figure out how expedition works, and even if it's one of those like magic, just with a lot of different words, it's essentially that, or the supernatural, what have you. Can you tell me about the void? Well, no, I'm not that interested to tell you the truth. But talking about her prototype might be a little bit more insightful. Do you mind talking about your prototype and her death? Not at all. Ask away. What exactly do you want to know? Was she always killed in front of the mirror? No, she worked herself to death. But yeah, she died in front of the mirror, dozens of mirrors in the hallways, in fact. And what you do next? At first, I had no clue what was going on. I was assigned to the scientists and just looked around until one day I heard they were recruiting for an expedition. It was much easier to understand yourself when you're out there dealing with the real problem, as opposed to sitting in a lab playing with glass tubes. Iris, do you really try? No, just do really try to open up to new experiences. It will take you certain time to process what has happened to you. I hope none of the new experience involve being stabbed. I'm good. I think that's it for me. Thanks. Fine then. Oh, by the way, if you have no reflecting objects with you, there are pieces of polished metal fixed in places of mirrors on the bus. Oh, remind me later to find something for you that's a bit more compact. Not a bad idea. I would never see anyone in the mirror again, but it won't hurt to have a way to fix my hair once in a while. Or should I say, no one will ever see me in the mirror again. What's taking you so long? We're leaving in half an hour. I got someone new on board. She'll be joining us. I'm Iris. Ain't that neat? Perfect timing. Iris, pack up. We got no time to spare. Chloe is coming with us. She's one of the practitioners. You won't have to interact much. However, she's right. It's time to pack. Is that what it said? I can't go back. Yep, it's time to pack. Offer help with her motive. What do you say? I hope you make it all on time now. Then you help me. No thanks. I'm good. Or to be honest, I'm rather pressed for time, but I don't want to owe you a don't know what. Yeah. What if it's a know what? I need to get in touch with someone from the living. That's basically helping you with a door when I got time. Well, you got yourself a deal. Fantabulous. Where do I rush? Where do I dash next? Here, take this. Number one. So, wait, no. She said she was in room 16? Take the letter and a complete form to our leader. TN, please. I'm certain she'll still be in her office in number 24. Number two. Deliver the papers they handed you at the warehouse to the staff. Everything's backwards. 24, that's one. Down there, what is that, H7? That's two. And maybe that thing that they're pointing at with the arrow down there, all the way over there, maybe that's 3. Little papers they'll hand you at the warehouse to the staff that processes all the paperwork. They issue you a letter of confirmation, which I need. And number 3, help Maximilian find spare boxes for paint. I'm guessing he could use a hand. That way you'll also get to meet one of your expedition companions. And where are we now exactly? Right now we are here. I wonder if I actually have to do things. Go to the warehouse first. You know what? Let me be completely honest. Let me take a screenshot of this. That way. If I need to come back to it, I can. Show the keeper your request form. You'll find him there. So I'll be running someone else's errands all over the place. Dull. Try doing it all if possible. I'll see you at the bus. I marked the spot for you. Alright, starting with the warehouse. Here's a thought. Can I get a pirate costume and blunderbuss there? I love a blunderbuss. Good evening. I'm about to ride off into the sunset with Dora. Here's the list. Basic kit 3, expedition overalls, female size. It's an M. Easy peasy. I'll get your stuff. Sign here, will you? Everything's there we go. Working GEON. Type 5. Code weather. I'm reading the second one. Code weather. Ah. Shit. Here you go. Should try it on. And listen, you're her, aren't you? That's Selena girl. If the clothes fit, I'll be able to bash his head and flee. In fact, even if they don't fit. So then, mine was watching telly right before his shift. There's a news piece of her. A news piece? They may have said something important. What piece exactly? Something about her like being sacrificed by some cult or something. A cult? Scientists or whatever they were. The press was saying she owed him money, or maybe there was some orgy gone wrong. Even a ritual killing, you know? Fancy that. How stupid should you be, for real? Crap. So it's true then. Don't be mad. You aren't her after all. I'll be happy if mine kicked the bucket. I'm telling ya. I'll be free, huh? Let's hope that the cult finds your guy and ends him then. Can I have my papers, please? No one gives a damn about him. Here you go. My regards to Dora. Ah, all the best. First, the killer leaves a stylus knife on the crime scene, and then he's suddenly appointed by some cult. Glorious. All self-respecting cult members wear black robes, apply eyeliner, and study Latin proverbs for breakfast. Wonder if Roy could look dandy and all that. Suze would vent at him all right for such a shallow, dramatic interpretation. Where am I headed, by the way? Should it be TN, the scientist leader, or the staff? Or to my future expedition? No, alright, so I want I want to say that it's the staff and then the leader. Oh, I got a follower. Thank you for following. Even though it's not reading properly. That's weird. Regardless though, thank you for following. I could probably I could probably cover the entire lot as there we go. Base I. As long as I have time. And I mean I could just head straight to the bus lot and not help though. It's still an option, right? Well, I think it was one, two, three, and four right here. So let's go here. If it's photo, but I can just about make out some information. I can. It's in reverse. From Roy? What that's supposed to mean? Killer's namesake? Could be a twin even. It's a long shot, but what if Dora knows something about him? Then again, she could always jot down a random name, right? Iris. Cross off female. That's weird. She knew. Age 26. Not married. Actress of the prototype job. Depth stab wound in the margin. NB, the second one in my group from the front of the mirror, but don't worry, it's all under control. Someone here likes to have things under control. Someone else in the group has died in front of the mirror, which might make TN worry. Now, Irish clearly shouldn't worry at all. Even though maybe there's indeed no reason for me to worry, it's fine as it is. Hello, the sign on the door suggested you're TN, right? Good evening. I am, yes, and you are. I'm Iris. I'm about to leave with Dora, and she asked me to drop by this envelope with my form. Chicken scratch is even harder to read in reverse. A flyer for Elaine. She certainly knows whose reflection I am. Thrilling. So that was another role Celine was in. With Dora? No way. Unexpected, but such a good timing, too. Welcome. We don't always act last minute. Don't worry. And that's when I'm finally... And that's when I'm finally scared. I need to head on. Sorry. By the way, you're going to visit anyone from the staff, too? If you are, will you please take this envelope there? Agree to help. Of course. I just love examining someone else's envelope against the light. Many thanks. There's too much work here. See you. See you, Iris. I never played a game like this before, and it's really interesting. It's interesting. I don't like the story, but trying out new things is nice. Whoa! Just a single sheet of paper, unknown receipt, recipient, and only a couple lines of text. We hereby inform you that we will not be able to attend the award ceremony due to preparation for the next expedition. Best regards, and a bunch of signatures. That's interesting. Dora's made time for getting me on board, and the signatures on this thing too. But then maybe award ceremonies take ages, or they might be holding a grudge against this person, whoever it is. Anyhow, nothing valuable here. Real shame. I'll have to just hand this in to the staff, I guess. I want you for expedition. Oh, okay. So that guy was born. Lecture Hall 8. Hello there. I need a letter of confirmation. I got an envelope from TN to you too. Good evening. Just a sec. Another rejection from her. No surprise here, but thanks for bringing it over. Now regarding that confirmation. Seems filled in proper, but let me just... Oh my. You gotta be kidding. You're Serena's reflection? I could have been kidding, but... Yes, that's me. But if you're here, that must mean... Oh, that's awful. What happened? I'm sure the details are already all over the news. Come on, do you mind or what? Such a big fan. I've seen Flashlight like a million times. Phenomenal taste? This role was at the top of Serena's I'm not proud of that list. Can you just issue that letter confirmation for me, please? Sure thing, just a second. I got this one blank area right here almost filled in and ready to go. Can you at least tell me if Serena was at all involved with that hot Spaniard? You mean Diaz? Of course, I got that confirmation. I'll spill all the juiciest beans for you. Or not. She so was. I totally knew it. Thank you and have a nice evening. What about Diaz? Bye. He's actually in Italian. Later. That guy's buff. Hello, are you Maximilian? Are you Max? Your name's now Max. Well, and how do you care? I'm Iris from Dora's group, too. She asked me to help you with boxes of paint. I'm sure I'll manage on my own. Dora did ask, though. Feel free to knock yourself out. I won't be in your way. Okay, then. You checked here? Max? Max and Maximilian are two distinctly different names. Why is everyone always confusing them? All right, Maximilian. So what about the shelves, then? Nothing all right about it, the shelves. I think I checked those, I suppose. We need red and blue. I wonder if I start crying now, is he gonna tell me right away that it was all my fault, or is he gonna bring it up later? Why can't anyone just get on with their task and not get on others' nerves? Yeah, sadly. Nope. She could always ask sadly. It's just that the prospect of being stuck in a closed space with an easily irritable hunk is now too exciting. Mm-hmm. Oh, it is. Wow. Wow. Uh, is this any other paint we need? Which other? Dora said red and blue, didn't she? Why all these questions of yours? I'm minding my own business, aren't I? Which is good. This helps me nothing. I'll save. Okay. If it's too heavy for paint, some random parts suggest signed as splinters for practitioners, and below says gold, titanium, tin, copper, and silver. Mysterious. Ah, here's red and yellow too, marked as silver and copper. Copper is for yellow in this case. There must be some logic behind all these markings. Well, there could be. Okay, here's the blue paint. Why is it marked as gold though? I know there's white and pink and yellow gold, then black gold, if I may stretch it. But blue? Oh, so dusty. And badges on top? Takio, head doctor. Thor, curator. And a bunch of others. Seems like some people remember their names and job titles excellently. While the papers recommended order for multiple buses en route together. While not compulsory for execution, it, however, includes information that will help you optimize the process of ordering a string of buses based on specifics of their route, accounting for a variety of conditions. And a handful of these, too. I do hope we won't be learning them by heart. Maximilian. I found the paint, the bottom shells, and the second from the top. Try getting them to the bus. What a joy. This guy seems great. I like him. Don't see why ask me to look for something if I'm not really needed after all. I don't see it either, but I'm polite. Polite, nice, and polite. Damn this persuasion. You're welcome. And now, one very light-footed Irish should be speeding toward the bus. All right, excellent. Have you got the letter of confirmation? I did. Yes, here you go. At the end has the envelope. Brilliant. You see, Max is here with the paints too. It's Maximilian. My apologies. Irish, very well done. I can clearly add relay racing to our outstanding. Let me try that one more time, guys. Just one more time. I can clearly add relay racing to my outstanding skills. Oh, and planning relay races too. I'd also add the skill of adding your own outstanding skills. Let's go though. We should be leading. Actually, you guys, I think an hour is what I allowed myself to play this. And the next time that I play this will be for next week. So yeah, this is enough for right now. I do appreciate you guys hanging out and helping me deal with this because this is a lot to kind of like focus on and continuously read. And I was hoping for something a little bit more, I don't know, mystery based, more. I don't know, just more. But not saying this is bad. It's definitely one of those graphic novel things. Um, you know what? No, I was gonna end it here, but I don't. The department doesn't want to come back for this. But I do want to end it because it's just a demo. I do want to keep going. So, phew. Apparently, I'm headed into a research mission to study the void with Dora in charge. She packed a bus full of newbies with her. Let's brush up on them. The man in green is third. The hunk is Maximilian. The sleepy guy is Tony. What's the big guy over there with the blonde hair? In fact, I have yet to see him awake. At this rate, I might have to wait until tomorrow. Oh, and for the sneaky young man with the comfiest bunk bed is none other than myself. Couldn't even start to imagine what's going to come of it all. Oh my, could you imagine if I ended it? And I like, the demo was like, this is all you had to do. I would have been so mad. And that's Roy. That's Iris? Demo's not over. Damn it! Nightmares, huh? It's alright. They'll be gone with time. Just have some patience. And get dressed now. I got a quick announcement to make. Good morning again, everyone. Another hour or so and our expedition will be marking its first stop. You'll learn how to manipulate matter somewhat and get a decent breakfast too, but if you're hungry now, I can offer quick bites. Nutrition bars, biscuits, juice, water, coffee. No thanks. I'm not hungry. Me neither. Suit yourself, but breakfast is compulsory, so don't try to ignore it. So then, why isn't she expecting any reaction from Tony? Does she think he's not awake enough yet? Why are you so cracked, Tony? Was the mirror shattered? Oh, that'd be an interesting concept. At least, all right. Look, you're kicking it up a little bit. By the way, are these cracks? Are those cracks? I didn't get a proper look last night. He looks like an old marble statue that's seen better days. Oh my, his arms kind of give away that his prototype was seriously into shooting smack. He must have tracks. Must say though, I've never seen any drug do this to a person. Then again, Tony's coming with us, so his condition shouldn't be contagious. Just a reminder, the expedition is transversing the void. The void is lethally dangerous, so do not come anywhere near it. Your goal is to learn, not risk your lives. I'm expecting everyone to approach their assignment with due diligence and clear conscience. And to not leave the campsite without permission. Understood? Yes, understood. Yes, madam. Iris? I mean, yes, of course. Fine, and one more thing. Writing practice is good for manual dexterity and for one's mental health. Do not bottle up your emotions inside. I'd rather suggest that you each keep a diary, and I'm here for you if you need me, of course. You can tell me anything. That's it on something, guys. Give me a quick one, if you will. Dear Diary, they say I might find you useful. I bet you're gonna be even more useful to everyone who wants to get into poor Iris's head and run her dirty little secrets. Dear everyone, I hope you are ashamed of yourselves. I don't want to show my scribbles to anyone, so I keep this notepad on me at all times. Might also start doing sketches in the margin. Raunchy ones. Make your sketches too. Okay, same thing. To be honest, writing is not exactly my thing, but Serena would have certainly liked this. I should write something down now, right? I don't know. She didn't deserve to die this way. Damn, as if there was such a thing as deserved way to die. There is. There are some people who the way that they die is deserved. I just wish I could talk to her. Serena, I'm so lucky to have had you. And it would be nice to eventually turn out like you in many ways. Instead, I'm whining like a very consistent. Get a grip, Iris. Completely out of the blue, I'm with an expedition. My crew also includes a very buff Maximilian, a rather mysterious third, and Tony. Hard to imagine the fact that Tony is all covered in cracks. I'd like to have someone explain this to me. Dora is not an obvious choice, but I cannot arrange to be alone with her just yet. Yes, Dora is our curator. A model and very no nonsense, very much so. I had my first nightmare last night. It was about Roy. My killer's name is Roy. And Dora mentioned him, of his namesake, in a letter to Tien. Maybe it's about the principle. If you kill them, you must marry them, or at least hurry up to organize their bright new future. Either way, as a shrewd character from a detective story would say, something's not right here. There's certainly a chance that some other Roy decided to take care of me. Only Dora, Tien, and Roy himself know the truth. But Roys themselves, they probably wouldn't be that willing to let me in on. Yeah, depth doesn't make it easier to comprehend life. At least what I want most of all is to figure out why Serena was killed. Figure out why Roy's prototype killed Serena. See, now those are two different statements. Two different statements. It is what it is. Gosh dang it. I wouldn't change anything, but it seems right, the right thing to know. Did I fuck up? I think I might have fucked up. Here's a bad boy. Teenage rom-com, right there. A supernatural teenage rom-com. He got cracks too. Here's one graphic example of how to not behave on an expedition. Does this example have a name? Johnny, the practitioner's group leader. A solid specialist, but a reckless nutcase otherwise. Thrilling. I might go introduce myself. Nothing thrilling if you ask me. Hi there, liking the view? It's unfamiliar. Good or bad unfamiliar. I'm Johnny, by the way. Then again, judging by the look Dora gave me, you must already know all the key facts about my background. What does it matter if I tell you about that? Just a tiny bit, really. Hi, my name is Iris. You like the void, Iris? I imagine it to be more empty. I never seen a view like this before. Me too. Oh, he's talking about her. How'd you get here anyway? I'm not sure. Guess I came through the roof. You don't say. I hadn't even noticed your bus had a roof. The wind must have blown my mind. Or was that the wind? I'm sure I am not the first girl Johnny ever said this to. You might want to start wearing a windproof helmet. You know what? The hell with it. I'd hate for the helmet to prevent me from a glimpse or two at spectacular beauty. In fact, Iris, I hereby declare roofs always get in the wind's way. I wouldn't mind a drop-top bus. How about you? All the contrast will be lost that way. It's warm and peaceful inside the bus. Wow, it's fresh and windy here. Making one feel somewhat a rebel. You're right. Oh no. By the way, how did Dora manage to keep you hidden from the world for so long? She's a lady of many talents. I wouldn't be contesting that. She's charming, isn't she? You know better. You probably know better. Let's accept that she's charming, though. You don't trust me, do you? That's sensible, actually. How about I tell you something that might change your mind? Something about expeditions, for example. You alright? Don't worry. I got you. So then, where were we? The expedition then. Tell me more. I'm not doing that just be like a jerk and I'm wanting it, but like I feel that if a woman was easy, he wouldn't be interested in her anyway. And I think it's gonna lead to that regardless of what happens. So I, at the very least, like I know it's just a demo, but like it's going to be more of a push and pull there. So the way I'm seeing it right now, right, is that if I keep him at a distance, at least I'll kind of prolong the inevitable in a way. Let me see. We've been roaming the void for about 4 years, looking for new territory to explore. We once found an underground bar with hundreds of boxes of genuine Scottish whiskey. Incredible. The community has been grateful ever since. With a mere couple of dozen boxes that actually made it to them. You totally get it. You're not scared of heights, too. Your prototype must have been a special agent, am I right? Even he doesn't know about Serena, or he's good at pretending. Joke around. Nothing spectacular, I have to say. Daily shoutouts, breathtaking chases, exploding helicopters, mundane. Oh, sure, must be super boring. Either way, he's not prying, which isn't too bad, to be honest. I hate to interrupt, but we're almost there. Are you jealous, Dora? Sure I am. Make yourself useful for once, Johnny. Iris, I'll see you inside. That was one truly promising conversation, only to be ruined by a talking head. What a pity. Let me help. Thanks. Will you kiss me goodbye, Iris? No. It was worth a shot. Oh, TN. Hi, just letting you know that I got the envelope to the staff. They were ecstatic, cried their eyes out with joy, and kept showing it to each other, and then put it in some drawer or something like that. See, it seems like Doria. I'm like reading off lines of Doria. Like this is how Doria would react. Doria being the main character of the TV show on TV that people my age would remember. And if you are my age, you know that show. If you don't know what Doria is, Google it. It's a good show, even though it might be slightly depressing, but still good. Hello, Iris. Thanks. You really helped me out. You really helped me out. Which chocolate do you want more? Dark or milk? Damn, please. I can't even think about food right now. Breakfast is compulsory? I'm saying that wrong. I know I am. We're ready, Iris. Go on and join the others. Right then, everyone. Meet Tien, the scientist leader on our expedition. I'm going to put her out of work from time to time for you to obtain as much valuable knowledge as possible. Welcome. Now, can I have everyone's attention, please? Reality outside mirrors is rather flexible. You can influence it. We'll start with creating images. Well, items, sorry. Here's the general idea. You study an object and then you focus on this image, dismissing all other thoughts. I know it sounds easy, but in practice, you'll have to approach each specific item individually. Tien? Indeed, for example, to create any food or drink, you'll need at least a rough idea of the molecular component of the wanted item. Really? Moreover, it'll take a lot of effort, a few times more than your average daily capacity. What does that even mean? I'm jumping a little ahead of myself. No problem. Energy. I mean, the power that lets us create everything here is your key resources. It's limited, but gets restored during sleep with time. You'll learn how to use it more effectively. Apart from creating items, energy is also required to stabilize them. Just creating a teapot is not good enough. You have to make sure that it doesn't suddenly burst into pieces and scald everyone with hot water. Oh, this is a horrible example. I didn't want to scare anyone. It's an excellent example. We are, of course, going to teach you how to understand how long an item you created will hold. Everything will be alright, but still, you must understand the risks. Today, we'll try creating a door. Just creating. That'll do for now. Since our space is non-linear, you can technically open the door into anywhere, as long as you know the location you need. Let's start with your bus. It has a black metal door with paint peeling in places. It's also a bit dusty at the bottom. Have a look yourself. What is it like to touch? Does it have its own smell? Close your eyes and try to imagine a door just like this one right in front of you. Just be careful. Show off. He's breathing. And the door is absolutely incredible door. I can see, yes. He needs help. Third, quick, the bus. There's a first aid kit above the bed next to the door. Find the ammonium chloride and bring it here. Max, you run to the practitioner for the stretcher. Anyone there would know where to get one. I am not. Let's go, Max. I'm gonna call him Max. You can deal with it. Find a doctor, Iris. The doctor's name is Takeo. He is tall and he has dark hair tied into a long ponytail. I'm talking too long. I feel it. He should be at the scientist camp. If you don't spot him right away, try asking around. My team will help you. Don't see anyone matches the end description. Could this Takeo guy have an emergency haircut? Or just hide when he saw a stranger? I'll wander off to take in some piece of air and endless road. Or I might just be getting lucky and he's inside the bus. Still need some refining. If we use different paints on different doses of the active ingredient, yada yada blah blah blah. Increase concentration to increasing weight, which is a dead end. Do you maybe want to try adoring your practitioner with bracelets and trinkets from head to toe too? Like we can spare fortune tellers. Why stop there? How about a full-on astronaut onesie? It's called a spacesuit, and nothing prevents us from carrying out the first part of the expedition. So, what proportions were you suggesting, Candy? Good day, everyone. I'm Iris from Dora's group. Is Takeo around? Hi, I'm Candy, and these two are. I didn't ask about these two. I'm asking for one particular person. Go left for the petitioner camp. The other end of the side eye. That's great. Why? What happened? Please no, I got very little time. Dora asked me to bring him over. Thanks, I'm off to see the petitioner. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. What were we talking about? There he is. As it is, our existence cannot exactly be rationally explained. It's beautiful. Alright, we in fact the reflection of the dead. We are the reflection of the dead that function based on certain logic, and that sometimes require medical care. Sorry to interrupt. I'm going to call you Tay, maybe? Yeah, Tay. One of us from Dora's group needs a doctor urgently. What happened? He created 5 doors in a row, then he fainted. That illustrates our conversation brilliantly. Yes, let's go. Are you Tay? Dora's really waiting for you, and so is Tien. They're inside the bus. Tony seemed to have come around, even though I haven't found any of that chloride stuff. This is a good thing, actually. Which is a good thing. He says absentmindedly. That chloride can cause accidental chemical burns of the mucous membrane, and has been used on the unconscious for a while now. Hasn't been used on the unconscious for a while. It's best to let people regain consciousness on their own. Have you attended any seminars? Your explanation is solid. I'd even say textbook solid. And no, I know about no. I know just about nothing about first aid, so I think. The wording is really difficult sometimes. Why would I? Was it from a script, maybe? I'm not sure which one. What script, even? Anyway, I must see the patient as soon as... As a matter of fact, yes, you did take your time, Iris. We even thought about heading over to the scientists ourselves. Even thought? As opposed to... Will you take me down the door now? Not a fan of squabbling? Yeah. Are you, doctor? In essence, the situation is quite simple. You should have tried to waken up Otto. He's a doctor too. He could have gotten here faster or not. I say we waste no more time on further modeling the opinions of what could have been. You'd be late for your own funeral, Tay. There's Tony. I realize he has one gloved hand, which is weird. Made it a lot of doors. Yes, I've been informed. Looks like they don't need me here anymore. Are those bandages? Oh no, those are just wrappers on the bed behind Iris. Why don't the medicals wear scrubs or something? Is there anyone else? How does one figure out who doctors without asking? Like the classic idea of listening with your heart. My heart tells me that you are a doctor and that you'll do anything to treat the sick because your own heart won't let you do otherwise. I should have tried that. Our mission here is done. Shall we discuss the weather, or... I don't think it's any different. What do you reckon? Thank you for fighting Tay. Dora's worried about Tony, but she's grateful to you too. So no one's going to bite my head off. Dora has other ways of interacting with subjects in her care. Really, thanks to everyone. It's a shame you all had to witness this, but it's great that you're helping out. The important thing is that Tony is now attended to. Is he gonna be fine? Yeah. I should get back to my camp. See you around. Oh, she's not part of our camp? Max? Where are you off to? Just, away. We shouldn't go too far. Dora might need our help. Isn't there a doctor here? I won't be long. I just circled the bus a few times. He's never done that before. Must be worried about Tony. Or about... But Tony will be fine. We inherit our prototype's look, but that's it. No disease, no habits, no addictions. That means he's safe. See, and once again, that doesn't make any sense. Because if someone has track marks, even as, like, a reflection, you have those track marks, and those things are within... You would think because you have the track marks, then those things are within the reflection's body. Maybe not alcoholism, but even if you act drunk in front of the mirror, you still experience it. Especially if you in the mirror you have drinks in your hand. This world doesn't make no habit, no addition. That means he's saved. As if I said anything against it, or hold on, has any one of us lost their memory? What do you mean? Amnesia with people of the different past and the emotional problems that go all the way back. I just agree, the past doesn't matter. And yet it exists. Yeah, sure, and then it stops existing. I mean, you're right all in all. If the medics learn to process individual memories, and seizure would be a great way out and around. Or even so. I wasn't being serious. I'm sorry I didn't pick up on that. Iris, you really think that Tony fainted because of some unsettling memories? I mean, we don't know what Tony is thinking of at the time, but then he fainted because of overexertion. Luckily, he didn't hit the ground. I presume that creating all these doors at once can be likened to hard physical labor or severe stress. Which brings us back to the psychological. Tony is certainly not used to taking care of himself. A pair of specs will go great with this deep speech. Came out even better than I imagined. Too good, maybe. Professor Iris would answer all of your questions. No prepayment required. There'll be £200 for the session, Maximilian. Damn it. No worries, I'll keep an eye on him. I'll keep an eye on him. Dora will explain everything. I have to go, excuse me. Dora's taking too long. I'm going to go for another walk. She might need our help, but I won't be too far. It's better to go later, alright? Shall we maybe focus on something useful instead? Like, what would you want to create first of all? I'm not sure. I'd start with the very door. Tony produced so many. Well, at least Iris likes them. Says he with disapproval. You two are unconstructive. You got a chance to join an expedition and look for new territories. And so, just like the books about Journey to Uncharted Worlds. I don't know what I call that. I thought unrealistic but super cool. Okay. For fictional characters, is all realistic enough. You reckon they'll add dragons and blasters later? As far as I know, this place definitely has no dragons. Now, regarding blasters, well, we can probably fashion something visually similar. I'm intrigued. And what if there's something bad there? I mean, what if they find something? We're not gonna find anything bad. What classifies as bad anyway? A volcano? We just don't go near it. Right. Is that a pallet? No. Wati? No, I don't know what that is. Do you like braiding your hair? There we go. Braiding? Yeah, that's what she did behind the mirror. Like, in front of the mirror. Yeah. If Susie sees it, she'll give me the usual rant on how I should braid from the very roots. Is her hair turning gray? Iris? Well, that's new. Iris, say something. My arm. I'll get some balm. Be right back. Oh, you bullshitters. And this mechanic is cool. I like this mechanic. This idea of like, okay, each person has like their personal achievements that you can achieve. Hmm. I don't know who Chloe is. All right. Third got a few too. And Tony. Dora says that many cracks in the beginning it should eventually go. I don't have any cracks probably because I'm in a better physical shape than others. It's just the way it is. Here you go. It might itch a little. Thanks. Don't worry. Dora says that cracks are common in the beginning. It's no big deal unless there are way too many. Here are mine. I don't even feel them anymore. Iris? Hmm? Are you alright? Yeah. You're holding on to the bomb and not doing anything with it. You sure you're alright? You need help with opening it? No thanks. She's coming out like, I can't leave you guys around alone for like 5 minutes, it seems. Tony seems to be doing better. But is he calling for Rika again? So it has to be memory based. Yes, and others. What have we here? How is the crack? I see it's small. We'll probably even close eventually. So is there anything else we should do? I think Iris isn't quite alright. Not surprising. It's a first crack after all. Everything will be fine. But maybe. Ooh. Third, you know that cracks are not a sickness to be cured or not. If you want, you can discuss it with Tay later. Provide all the details on why there's no reason to worry. Okay then. I got a small task for you. Two tasks even. First, you should check all the first aid in all the buses. They are supposed to be restocked before departure, but ours, for example, had none of the chloride that we needed. I wouldn't want to discover anything else missing at some crucial point. Damn. Hold on. I want to double check something right now. No, wait, I have that file. I have it. This one is called Still Joking. It's not the whole game. I know it's not the whole game. Oh my god. You should still tell me how long this should take. The game itself should take 12 to 15 hours of gameplay. Yeah, I get that. 4 hours? Okay, cool. So that actually gives me a good reference point of going that about now might be a good place for me to stop, and then I could finish up for the next 2 hours. A demo is 4 hours long. Crazy. Secondly, the fact that doctors can be just about anywhere when you need them is, put it lightly, unacceptable. It should always be easy to find those who can perform first aid in a matter of minutes. Please talk to Tay and Otto about maybe scheduling duty between them or something. They'll figure it out. Any questions? If not, I'll provide more detail. Do you want to know any more details? I do not. Is this? Okay, it is. For me to be able to save. I want to thank you guys very much for putting up with me. I can max 2 hours this thing right now, and I think we're doing what, an hour and 56 right now. That should be enough to hold me all. Um, we'll try to finish the demo next week, maybe tomorrow, so I can get it out. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by like certain things, but I'm also really put off by a lot bigger things. But I should at least be able to finish it. With that being said, thank you guys very much for coming by and watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. All right, later.